introduce to you is like what are the program that we wrote in previous session. We talked about processing a string, correct? Like now if at all I have to write a code using some specific string instructions, so how can I do that? So let us write section.data. So we'll say first, this is our first string. This is my source string to copy. Fine. And I'm writing this, and then I will write length first, EQU dollar dash first. Fine. Now I will take section dot bss second resb, and then I am taking len first. Now I am writing this program for copying the string. Okay, create copy of the string. So we are implementing strcpy, okay, using string instructions. Fine. Okay, so let us write section dot text global main. So we will use, as we have to, okay, we will use print write system call to print the string. Correct. We will not use printf or puts. Now the instruction that we are going to use is movesb. Okay, there is a instruction called moves. Now this instruction considers that there is source and there is destination. So source would be copied in ESI, destination would be copied in EDI, and it works like when you execute, like when you write this this instruction, what it does is, so it does this way, copies to ESI, EL equal to contents of ESI, then contents of EDI equal to AL. And after this operation is done, it writes ESI plus plus and EDI plus plus. So it increments both of them by 1. Okay. Now when you talk about, when I said AL, I mean by this instruction movesb. If I write W, then this AL becomes AH. Correct. When I write movesd, it talks about EX. Now we are going to make use of movesb instruction. That's why I wrote this. Now how to use this? So let us write the code. So first of all, we have to assign source string. So I will write move ESI comma first. I will give address of second string in EDI, move EDI comma second. Okay, and we will copy with ECX that len first. Correct, which would be counter. Fine. Now let us work out. So we'll write a label, like this is movesb instruction which we are going to make use of. So I added that information, like additional information for you. Now let me, after this is done, I will write a label. Okay, and I will simply write movesb. Okay, and one instruction called loop to LP. And now let us print the string directly. So move EX comma 4, move EBX comma 1, move ECX comma, where is the destination string? It is in second, correct? And then move EDX comma len first. Fine. And now you simply write int 0x80. So what is the string that we have given? This is my source string to copy. Fine. So let me save this. I will first assemble this code, and after assembling, we will try to see, like I will try to execute it after linking. And if it works, then we will debug, and then we will really understand how this movesb works. Fine. Let us save this code and let us go out. Sorry. Yeah. So let us write nasm dash f elf 32 0211 dash g dash f dwarf. Okay. So one change. Let us check line number 4. section dot data section dot bss. Okay, what is the code it is giving us? Attempt to resolve non-constant quantity. Okay, so I must have made a small FIRST. Yeah. So let us go back. So this was the code. I made the change. I wrote EQ and dollar together. So I will save this code and I will translate. So translation is done. Like assembly is done. So let me link now the code dot o dash g dash f dwarf. And let us execute. You can see that it copied the string. This is the source string to copy. Now let us see the code one more time. Now let us try to understand what happened. So I have declared two variables, first string and first string in data section and second in BSS. With first string, I said this is my source string to copy. Then I used length variable using a directive EQ directive. Fine. And I got this. So I removed value of source string to ESI. So I will write here comment for reference purpose. Source string in. It is necessary for and destination string to be in EDI. This is required and it is necessary as we are using loop. That's why we have to use that counter with ECX. And we simply write moveSB. Otherwise, we could have written a code like this: move XOR EX comma EX. Correct. So let me show you that code even. So I will open that other code. It was 27, 29, 26. कब का था वो code? Okay, let me ls-ltr star.asm. So it was 28. Okay. 28 10 2020 05.asm. Now if you see here, what we did was we kept address. Now see this whole code is written here in only these many lines. So see, so source and destination, we had new MSG and MSG. So we moved to EX and EBX. Here we used EX EBX register. But if you use moveSB, then you want them to be in ESIDI. So EX EBX is replaced by here ESIDI. We kept ECX same. Now see these instruction: XOR, then move, then increment, and then loop. Okay, this is at least for from this XOR till this increment EBX, all of them are replaced by only this moveSB. Fine. So this is one addition, which is a string instruction. If you see this move S means what? String instruction. Move S, move string, and we are taking byte. You can take word, you can take double. Correct. So that's how we worked out. So if I now let me debug this so that you can understand. So let us write breakpoint main. So let us say display /c $ESI will include EDI. Okay, will display ESI value as a number, EDI value as a number. Fine. So this may not work. Sorry, we should write X GDB display $ESI display $EDI. Fine, and we have to display ECX $ECX. Now let us put a breakpoint main and say run. Fine. Now we are adding address of that first string to ESI. Now it should change. So you saw second also changed, EDI also changed. So now we are talking about next thing. ECX also got the length, correct? ECX also got the length. You can see 33 characters. So now it is executing MoveSB. Now concentrate on these values. See what happened was 8 and 48. It changed to 9 and 49. So if I and this length because of loop instruction ECX got deducted. Now again see MoveSB would be executed. See 1050. So this was 10. This is become 50. So 31, 11, 1252, then 1353 and so on. So until this becomes 0. So it will continue copying the contents into ESI EDI and it will increment automatically. What we wrote, what we represented by using these 4 statements is done by this. Correct. So this is how this MoveSB works. Any question? And here we printed that string. This is my source string to copy and done. Fine. Any question with this? Yes, please. Have you understood? Hello, anybody there? समझ में अंकिता समझ में आ गया क्या किया था? You try to read this code again one more time. You try to see what we wrote. So we will move these comment lines here so that we can understand. Okay, so we took first string, declared this in our section. So you may add 10 here to show that on second line 10 and 0. Length first, we declared a directive to get length of the string. In BSS we declared second with same length as first string, and we used only this. Now you may see only this line, this MoveSB thing or MoveSB instruction, which is without any operand. This string instruction is without any operand. Now can we minimize this load as well? Loop LP and LP ये भी remove करते हैं, कैसे करेंगे? So we'll see that. Fine. So first of all, try to see whether have we understood. ESI requires source, EDI requires destination. That's why this ESI and EDI are meant for string operations mainly. We can use them for our own purposes as well to store integers, but right now they are holding addresses. Correct. ECX contains length, and you simply write MoveSB. MoveSB does what? This thing. Copies ESI contents to AL, and then AL is copied to EDI. ESI incremented, EDI incremented. Done. Fine. Any question?
हॅलो सर.
सर
आपण मगाशी तो प्रोग्राम डिबग केला, त्यानंतर ECX ची व्हॅल्यू एका एकाने कमी होत गेली, पण स्टार्टिंगला एक मोठावाला ऍड्रेस आला आणि सडनली ती व्हॅल्यू इतकी कस काय लेस झाली मग ECX ची?
नाही दाखवतो एक मिनिट. सडनली नाही झाली ती. ओके, let us see like how it worked. So I will assemble again. Assembled linked gdb./a.out. Now see the values of ECX, ESI and EDI. Breakpoint. So let us see the line numbers. So we'll start with line number 13. So we'll put break 13. Fine. Sorry. Break 13. So let us say run. Now what are these are garbage values, correct? Now see what is the change in ESI. So sorry, we should write NI. Is there any change with ESI? Please check. So you can see like x/c dollar ESI. So this is first string, correct? So first character is T. So we got that in ESI now as a value. Examine at this address and display. This is the address. So this was because of disp that it is showing the address. Now let us see the EDI. EDI also got changed. So if I try to see what is there with EDI, it will show /0. Okay, or 0 because nothing is there now. It is a garbage. Fine. Now if I write ENI for next instruction, now ECX is containing some garbage value. After the execution of this instruction, you will see that ECX will be getting 33. Fine. Let us see 34. Sorry. Got it? कोणी विचारला होता प्रश्न?
हो सर समजलं.
Deepali. Okay, now if I write NI, now see what is up. ECX would not be deducted initially. Only ESI and EDI changing. Correct? ESI became 9, EDI became 49. It is because of only this instruction. Okay, now if I say X, okay, display /C $EX. Fine. So because it is executed and already the change was made. So if I write $EX, it will not show me that thing. It automatically was carried out. Even if I tried other registers, display /C EDX, because ECX is used, ESI is used, EDI is used. Correct? So it automatically takes that part, take that as a temporary variable. This MoveSB is doing that task for us. So NI, fine, NI. Now you can see that ECX because of loop instruction is getting deducted, correct? And string is getting copied one by one. So if I say X/C $ESI -1, so which that was a character yes. So if I say NI, and again I display this, then source string का S था ना, SOUR, next should be now U. NI, okay, NI अभी U आना चाहिए वहां पर, correct? SOURC, correct, kind of. But you can continue this code and then see until ECX is becoming 0. So it is copying the string 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41. Now 42. Now this is 0. So it will come out of that code, correct? See, loop LP execute. It stopped executing this loop LP. Now it is using write system call to display the string. And your string is displayed. So this is my source string to copy. So understood this code? So let me I'll copy this code into our chat. So maybe like you can try side by side. This was the code. Okay, I added comments also so that you can understand it later. If at all, rather, I will add this code as well there. Now I was talking about, can we remove that loop?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Is move SP like a built-in function?
It is an instruction, string instruction.
Okay, and can we use it?
The way that we used it, we used move instruction. Move instruction work with any data.
Yes.
Correct. And earlier code I showed you that there, like it was, we have to manually write everything. Correct.
Right.
Like moving contents to AL or a temporary variable or temporary place and then getting back that again and so on. So that task is removed because of this MoveSB.
Okay, and can we use it with other registers or should it be only with it?
It is the way that we talked about loop. Loop makes use of which register? Loop uses which register? Loop instruction you can see I have used in my code, I used ECX. Nah? So loop instruction works with ECX. This
Right.
loop instruction. It automatically deducts. Similarly, MoveSB works with ESI and EDI only. That's why I wrote here source string in ESI and destination string in to be in EDI. So that's what I wrote here.
Okay.
Fine. So it is absolutely necessary that you have to use this only. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other thing?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. How about others? Any question? No. Okay. Now let us. Now what I'm doing is I'm introducing you one new aspect here. Now you might have seen over here, like what we did was we wrote MoveSB and we use a label. Correct. Ultimately, you are putting load on assembler as well as linker as well as your loader, because it has to keep track of that label. Can I remove that loop part as well? Like without writing loop instruction, how can I achieve the same goal? Correct. So let us try to see how exactly that can be achieved. Now to achieve this, what we will require is we will require to modify this code. Fine. So let me first close that code. I will go back to my source file. I will copy this CP and I will say 01 Emacs now I'm making the change in my code. So now we understood all these things. So I'm removing this code. Now I'm removing this label as well. Now what are the instructions that we have seen till date? Okay, every code in every program that we wrote in assembly, we have seen that on each line there is only one assembly instruction. Correct? Am I correct? See, every line, one instruction, one line, one instruction, one line, one. We haven't written like this. If I write like this, for example, or maybe like this. So if I save this and if I try to translate here, let us do this. I will try to translate it. Now it said what? Error, comma, colon, decorator, or end of line expected after the operand. So that means what? It is not permitting me to make use of more than one instruction in my code. Correct? But is this always correct? No. So there I am introducing you one important aspect called REP, repeat prefixes. Here, these repeat prefixes can be used. So you will see furthermore rather like how exactly these repeat prefixes are used. These repeat prefixes are to be used only with string instructions. Understood what I said? These repeat prefixes are to be used with only string instructions. So let us try to see what the change is. So I removed that label from my code. So let me show you one more time the code. What I did was I removed label from my code and I wrote only this REP MoveSB. Now its task is to execute next instruction depending upon what is value of ECX. So let me see how it works. Fine. So let me first translate the code. So we are not having any error in the code. Successfully done. So let us go with GCC underscore 01.o and let us execute this. So it did the same thing. Correct. So even like is this the new code? Let us check. If you see, we used repeat. Fine. Now let us see how this repeat works. So let me go to GDB. Out. Now I will now you know that MoveSB works with ESI and EDI. So I will not display that one. I will only display ECX. Fine. Let us write breakpoint main and run. Now concentrate on ECX value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Can you see the change? it is executing only that move SB instruction till ECX value is becoming 0. So let us see whether it comes out of it or not. 1, now 0. Suddenly it came out. Correct? So this is called REP is called as repeat prefix. It works with ECX register. Can somebody repeat what I said? Maimuna, can you repeat what I said?
Yes, sir. REP means repeat prefix, and it works with ECX register.
Only.
Yes.
Fine. So it requires that ECX should hold some value. Otherwise, this program can go into infinite loop. If your ECX is changing, suppose if your ECX gets manipulated, then you may not be able to see the outcome the way that we saw here. So now if I see my string is displayed. Now suddenly when we saw that ECX value got changed, but now we are not using anywhere repeat later. Fine. So how many repeat prefixes are there? Are multiple. Fine. So you will see like one is repeat till equal, repeat till not equal, repeat till 0, repeat till not 0. So these are the 5 repeat prefixes which can only be used along with the string instructions only, capital ONLY. Understood? Any question? Do you want to see the code? I'm adding these prefixes there. So maybe you can take help of either of the book to get more information about these repeat prefixes. So see them. Fine. And I will add the code now for your information. Yeah, any problem, any question?
Sir, ECX is coming. The दूसरे register का नहीं use होऊ शकत.
काय मला आवाज नाही, आवाज हे होतोय, गुमला तुझा आवाज, ऐकू नाही आला नीट. बोल.
ECX का use होऊ शकतो, म्हणजे दुसरं का नाही use होऊ शकत.
Repeat prefixes uses only ECX. Okay.
Other registers का नाही use होऊ शकत.
So it is implemented that way. It is like, see how instructions are defined. Instructions are defined by the programmers who wrote that instruction, correct? So see, in previous semester you worked with assembler part. So some of you implemented assembler, some of you left it the way that the time they reached up to. Now, if you could have implemented assembler, then and if you wanted to use repeat prefix, then you may have to use or define, okay, there would be a specific variable which will take care of that only. That's how it is defined. Okay, Shreya?
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? I have added this code as well, by the way. Yeah. Repeat till not 0. Yeah, it talks about 0 flag. Repeat till not equal is we will use that in some point of time. Right now, no. Now think of how will you write how will you write a code to verify whether the given two strings are same or not. How will you write that code? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody write the code? Yes. Can you write the code? How to compare? So maybe I will give you a logic. Correct. So you try to implement it. Okay, CP. I'm trying to implement strcmp. Now I'm not taking string instruction anymore. Fine. Now let me write without using string instructions. Without using string instructions. What will you do? Now suppose I have, this is first string declared. I have second string. Second string. And I want to take variable length second. Second string. Yeah, somebody is asking question. Sir, here we used rep that stopped when we got 0. So that what is difference? Yeah. So it checks 0 flag. ECS को concentrate करता है. REP is repeat till equal. Repeat till not equal. REP equal. So REP, REPZ, REP E are same most of the times. Like they are specific when with respect to the implementations done. Fine. So you can try with rep Z, you can try with rep till not equal. So in this case, repeat till not 0 could have been used even. Repeat till not 0. So what these repeat prefixes do? Repeat prefix will execute the instruction written after that repeat prefix. But we have to make sure that we are using them with string instruction only. Fine. So let us go back to our code. So I have now both the strings copied. I have to verify. So I will say, I will declare statements here. Equal db strings are equal, not equal db strings are not equal. Fine. We'll declare extern put s to print, because we have to only print the string. Now how will you do that? So let us say we are taking EVX to hold first string. Move ECX comma. So we'll take EDX here. Second string. So we have first string and second string at this. Fine. So we are not sure about length. Okay, so we will say move ECX comma length first. Okay, you can take length second as well, whatever the value that you wish, because we don't know whether the strings are same or not. So we'll say I am missing that C. So it should give us like they are not equal. So how will you work out now this? Move AL comma byte of first string, CMP AL comma byte of, see we use compare na, so we can use directly that second string. Jump not 0 to not equal. Correct. So jump not 0 to equal. If they are equal, then increment first string. Sorry, we could have used here without using first string. We could have used EBX and which is the register we took EDX. So we can increment here because we cannot increment the address. So we will write increment EBX, increment EDX. Correct. Then what? Then what? Increment EBX, increment EDX. Both of them are incremented. Then jump to label. So label is here. Always next value should be picked. Correct. And like suppose it is done. If it is equal, then what? If it is equal, then what? We cannot continue this increment. How much time we are going to? Otherwise, this will enter into infinite loop. If they are not equal, then only it will come out of the code. If they are equal, then like I will show you. If I write this code and if I write this source string, so it see the error SOR C. So let us write only this code. Okay, let me assemble. I will show you one more time that code. 02_02 dot ASM. Oh, we haven't very that label. Not equal. We'll display that. Huh? What we want? Put S. Sorry, push not equal. Call put S add ESV comma 4. So let us do this. NASM GCC 0202 dot ASM dash M32. Oh, sorry. Execute. So both cases it will say not equal. Correct. Now what should I do now to get that code back? Okay, see if my strings are equal or if my strings are not equal. So suppose if I go back to my code, now see whether are the given strings equal? Are the given strings equal? Are they same? Yes, but still it is saying that they are not equal. Strings to copy. Now I am adding strings to copy. So even if I make the change and if I assemble now the code NASM, then GCC, in both cases it is showing me that they are not equal. Now what can I do? What modification is required over here so that it should show me that they are equal. Now here what I will do is I will compare ECX, okay, with 0. Jump if 0 to equal. Otherwise jump to level. And here I will write decrement ECX. Fine. And in equal, we'll write here move EX comma 1. Sorry, don't put that. Okay, let me check exit system call code. Sudo -s as place /usr/include /asm /unistd32.h. What is the exit system call? 1. Okay, so we'll use it here. Move ex comma 1, move ebx comma exit 0 होता है ना आपका. So we are using that exit 0. Int 0 exit. So equal. So we'll copy this code. And we'll remove this. And we'll write now here equal. Fine. So let us go back and now save. Here. So we'll assemble now our code. Assembled GCC. Strings are not equal. Okay, let us see the string. Actually, are they not equal? Yes, we added this yes. Now I am removing this s. Fine. This is the code. I am removing that s and then I am adding old string as it is. Now let me see. Assemble, link, execute. And now I got it. Strings are equal. Now what I did here, let us check. -g -fdwarf gcc-g -fdwarf gdb./a.out breakpoint main. So see what we want is we want to display ECX. Okay, we want to display $EBX EDX. Fine, and we'll also display E flags. Fine, let us run. EBX is getting first address of the source string. second string address would be in EDX. Got it. ECX is taking length 1, length of first string. Now what if length of first is smaller than or different than the other? Okay. So it may not be 0 till that time. So what will happen? Like if both the strings are equal, then ECX would be used, correct? If they are not equal, either of the string, whether first string is smaller than second or second string is smaller than first, at one point it cannot continue. So then automatically, even if our code gets executed, it will not work. Okay, now see, we are moving to AL. So if I see what character was removed, so EBX का content देखते क्या है? So we got first T. Fine, and we are comparing now with AL. See the flags, PF, ZF, IF. Now after this comparison, see what changed. Can we see any change? No. Correct. So both of them are same. TT था ना दोनों में. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कैसे कर. How will you work out? If I write EDX, both of them are containing capital T. So there is no change. So if I go along, so you can see what is happening. EDX, EBX, EDX is changing, and ECX also is changing because of decrement length. Correct. Now what we will do is we'll make the change in the source code at the first place only. Like we will take different string. I will write this as small. Say I will write this I as capital. Fine, and we will now check the flag register. What happens there? GCC GDB. So let us display E flags. Now we know that ECX gets deducted because we have written decrement. So let us check the flags. Okay, let us display EBX. Let us display EDX. NI. Now see, EBX EDX is containing addresses. ECX is containing length. Now check, compare. They both are same. So our ECX value will get deducted here. Increment EBX, increment EDX, decrement ECX. So 1, 2 THIS वाला हो जाएगा अभी. THIS. Okay, so let us see what are the contents of EDX. Okay, what are contents of ECX? Sorry, EBX. So it is contents, and we wrote display. Sorry, I should have written X examine. So THIS वाला जो this था, so THIS space. Now it is there. Correct. If I write here EDX, that S is there because it is not incremented. Now this increment EDX will happen. Now this EDX also contain now space. Now both of them are same. ECX is decremented. Fine. Now ECX 0. Is it 0? Compare ECX comma 0? No. So jump if 0 to equal. नहीं है. So jump level. Now next value AL contains EBX. So let us see what is there in EBX. EBX contains space. Correct. EDX also contains space. So THIS. Okay, space हो गया. Now next would be I. Now let us check what is EBX. I. And what is EDX? It is capital I. Fine. Now decrement ECX. Now at the time of comparison above. Now see this comparison. Now AL would be getting that small I and capital I checked. Now see the flags. It is not 0, correct? Comparison is not 0, small I, capital I. So jump not 0 to not equal. Now see where it jumps. It is coming to this push not equal. This label, correct? And then it is printing that. So it is printing from the string, and now it is in that code of libc for puts. And after the code execution is done, it will come back to our code and will execute exit system call. So it is still there in puts. You can see the changes in address. Yeah, it came back. Fine. And if you see, it already displayed the output, like strings are not equal above somewhere, or it would be flushed somewhere. Fine. So this is how this code worked. Fine. So let me show back the code to you so that you can understand how we compared two strings. See this? String comparison without using string instructions. Now we are using simple instructions that we use tilde. So we give address of first string to EBX, address of second string to EDX. ECX is containing counter. We move to AL, value of EBX as an byte. We compared with EDX value. If it is not equal, then we said jump not 0 to not equal. Otherwise, increment EBX, increment EDX, decrement ECX, compare ECX 0. Otherwise, if ECX is 0, then move. Jump it 0 to equal, kind of. Otherwise, jump to level. So it will continue execution till either this happens or this happens. Jump not 0 hoga, it will execute either the J and Z or the JZ. When one of them should hold to come out of this JMP LP. And later it executes this. Right? So this is how the code is written. Any question with this? Any question, please? No? Okay, so let me go out from this. I will copy this code. Gedit. And I will paste it into our chat box. Now it is without strings. Okay, without string instructions. Fine. Understood? Now, if I want to reverse, I want to copy string. See, in previous class, we talked about reversing the string, correct? So what we did was we added length into the variable and reached to the last one, and then we kept decreasing it by printing it. Correct. So can I achieve that same goal using some other string instructions as well? Right. So let us see few more instructions here. Any question with this code? Whatever the code that I pasted in your chat box, you can ask if you have any. Yes, please. See the code. By the way, what is the code that I wrote here? Move EX, EBX, move EX, comma 1, move EBX, comma 0. It is exit 0 function or exit system call, which I used there. Any question, please? No? Okay, I'm introducing you now two more instructions. Okay, called load string and stored string. Fine. Now we want what? I want to print reverse, but I want to make use of string instruction. How can I do that? Fine. So let us go back from, we will terminate that code. I assume there is no question. I already given you the code. I will add that on Moodle course site as well. Okay. So let us copy this code. Emacs0203.asm. So I am saying string reverse using string instruction. So let us say we have first and second declared. We'll delete this and we'll write now here section.bss I'm removing all section.bss. I'm declaring now reverse string resb reserve byte. How many? As the number stored as a length for first string. So I got this. Okay, now let me write this. Move ECX comma. What is that length first? Yes, so we got this. Now what I want is add EBX comma ECX. So I will remove this 10. I will keep only 0. Fine. Let us see what it displays. So we'll write push EBX call puts add ESP comma 8. If we add ECX, ECX is what? Length. EBX is a containing address. So if it is pointing at this, so if I add 33, then what should happen? It should go somewhere. So what it prints? Let us check first. NASM-APLF 32 0211 03.asm-g fdwarf. Oh, we haven't declared. Sorry, I wrote rev string. Na? Okay, there is no error. So GCC 0203.o-m32-g-f-dwarf. So if I write /a.out, it gave us error. Let us see the change. What was the problem? Can you point out what is the problem? I wrote here 8. Actually, I should have written 4. That's why segmentation fault was. Fine. So NASM GCC execute. So it displayed /o. Nothing more than that. Correct. And because of puts, automatically /n is added whenever you use puts. Now what we want is, like, if I want to store reverse of the string, what should I do? Fine. So I'm reaching here. I'm decrementing. So let me write this. I'm replacing this as ESI and EDI here, and I am writing here ESI comma ECX. Decrement ESI by 1. Now, and here if I print ESI, now let us see what it displays there. Huh? So what it displays, whether Y or 0. Let us see what it is. 0 is a string. NASM GCC a.out. So it doesn't display anything. Okay. So let us go back in the code. Now if I remove this /0, okay, let us see what it does. Now it should display me last character. Correct? Why? What was the last character in my code? It was copy. So if I write capital Y, let us see whether it displays me capital Y or not. NASM GCC a.out. So we got capital Y. So now our code is pointing to that point, that particular position of a string. Okay, now, and we are using what? Source instruction. So what I will do is I will write LODSB. So it says load a string. Okay, and I am writing something as STOSB. Fine. Now what should happen? See, your string is here. So your string is pointing to this place. Now your source will come like first Y, then P, then O, then C, then space, then O, then T, then space, then G, and so on. So your string will remove from right to left. Correct. But this second string, reverse string, wherever we are going to store it, it should move from left to right because it would be getting copied there. Fine. Now for one place, we have to say that string should like this ESI should get incremented. And for second case, EDI should get decremented or vice versa. ESI should be decremented, ESI should be incremented. So what we can do? Fine. So let me write here std, and here I will write cld. Fine. And here I am checking loop LP, and loop LP would be here. Now I have used std. Now what happens is there is something called as direction flag. Now you must be wondering why when you used MoveSB, automatically ESI and EDI were getting incremented, correct? Fine. So what if I use this std instruction? Fine. So I will show you that part first. We'll take a sample code, sample.asm. I will write simply this. So section, to introduce you this part, section dot what is direction flag? Huh? See, pay attention here. F will take first db first 0 and d section dot bss fs raise b 6. And here we are writing section dot text global main and in main I will write std and MoveSB. Okay, I am writing cld and I will write one more time MoveSB here so that you can understand what happens there. Okay, I am writing twice and I am writing here cld. Okay, I will write here std. Let us see what happens there. We have taken sample. Na? So nasm dash plf32 sample.asm dash g, because we want to see what change happens when you use CLD or STD. CLD is clear direction flag. STD is set direction flag. So GCC sample.o dash m32 dash g dash fdwarf, and now gdb display $ESI EDI, let us say breakpoint. Now check. We haven't given string values there, so we'll go back to our code. Sample.asm. We haven't written for ESI and EDI. What should happen? ESI comma F move EDI comma S. nasm GCC gdb ./a.out display $ESI display $EDI break. We will display flag register as well. Display $E flags. Fine. Breakpoint main run. Now see, ESI is 8, EDI is something there. MoveSB 9 and 21. MoveSB 10 and 22. Now if I use STD, there is no change here. Have you seen any change here? 1022 was same. Now we can see that DF is added there. This is direction flag. Now when we execute again MoveSB, now see what change happened here. This 10 became 9, correct? And this 22 became 21. As MoveSB is using both of them, So by default, direction flag is 0. Direction flag is reset. It will be set until, like, when you say set. By default, it is reset 0. Okay, it is not set. Now, when it is not set, ESI and EDI got incremented. But whenever you want both of them to get decremented with respect to string instruction, then you have to make use of this STD. You could have seen here, like what happened here. Whatever the value 921 was there, then I got 1022. Correct. I got 1022, and then when it executed MOVSB after set direction flag, I got it as 9921. Understood this one? What is STD? STD is set direction flag. I will add that sample code for your reference. Gedit sample.asm. So this STD means what? Set direction flag. This df is used with string instructions only, and there was a statement called MOVSB. Fine. Now if I write cld, correct, we will take Control X, Control V. We'll see now this code, okay, so that you can understand what is happening. Again, I added after cld MOVSB किया तो क्या होगा? So let us assemble GCC. Now let us debug. Display $ESI EDI breakpoint main display $E flags. Sorry, E flags. Run. So avoid this if FLGS. I wrote it wrongly. Now NI. Now see ESI EDI is given. Correct. Now MOVSB, it got incremented by 11. MOVSB got incremented by again 11, 10 and 20. Earlier it was 820, then it became 921. Now it became 1022. Now STD. Now when I write MOVSB there, so it suddenly became 921. Now I am using CLDs, clear direction flag. Now you can see before executing this clear direction flag, I can see DF written there. Now if I write NI, DF is gone. Now see the change, 921. Now what MOVSB does? 1022. What MOVSB does? 1123. So by default, direction flag is reset until unless you set explicitly. So to set direction flag explicitly, what is to be used? We have to make use of DF flag register. So we will use STD, which means set direction flag. Correct. Set direction flag. And CLD is what? Clear direction flag. Direction. So I will make it simpler for you. Flag. Fine. So I will paste it there. See whether can I paste it. No. Control Y. These are the instructions used only specifically for string instructions, CLD and STD. STD is set direction flag, CLD is clear direction flag. Right? Now, depending upon where they are used, it will decide whether to increment or decrement ESI and EDI, or maybe specific one of them. So let me add this code for your purpose, for reference purpose. I assume I haven't added that there. Yeah, I haven't added, so I will add this code so that you can refer this and try this definitely at home. Fine. Okay, now we wanted to write the code where we want the reverse string to be copied. Now how can we achieve that goal using this particular direction flag aspect? I was talking about load instruction and store instruction. So let us go back to our code. This was the code. Correct. I wrote LODSB. So I set the direction flag. So what should happen? Some data should be copied. Where we will verify now which register gets changed. I will display all EX, EBX, which is not used here. Which is not used here. ESI is used, EDI is used, ECX is used. So remaining are EAX, EDX. So we'll use both of them. So see here we can see 3 are there. Correct. So we have to see other ones. EAX, EBX and EDX are to be seen. So 3 are used here. Let us try to see other 3. So let us save this code. Let us go back and now you say NASM dash APLF 32 0211 03 dot ASM dash G dash FDwarf GCC 0203 dot O dash M32 dash G dash FDwarf. Now GDB dot slash a dot out. Now I will display EAX, display EBX, and we wanted display EDX because ECX is used inside. Even let us display that is EX. We want to display E flags as well. Fine. Breakpoint main run. ESI is becoming first string, second string copied. ECX contains length. We got it. ESI changed. Decrement ESI. We don't want that 0. Sorry. I removed that. So we may have to remove that instruction. Remove that decrement ESI. So let us see now this. Can you see DF there because of the STD? Because this STD was there, direction flag was set. Now see the value. What it is containing for ESI? Display dollar ESI. ESI is containing 33, 39. So if I try to display what is content of ESI now, it is talking about Y, capital Y. Fine. So let me write NI. Load SB. Now see which register got changed here. Which register got changed here above? In EAX, EBX, EDX. Among these EAX, EBX, EDX, which register got changed?
EAX.
EAX. So it must be the thing that it is displaying. So if I write say display slash C dollar EX, can you see why? That Y got copied. So load SB does what? Load SB takes value from ESI and stores it with AL, lower value. When we say C, ultimately your EX is what? EX written as 32 thing, this 32, AX is 16, and then lower part of that 32, lower 8 bits are stored with AL. Correct? AL. Na? So AL would be containing that part, that Y. Fine. Now let me clear that direction flag. So direction flag is cleared. Correct. Now this Y should be copied to EDI. So let us see display EDI. EDI is here. Now after store SB, see what change happens with ESI and EDI. ESI is 38, EDI is 44. If I say NI, what got changed? Only EDI got incremented. ESI remained as it is because load SB works with ESI, store SB, STO SB, store string as an a byte, load SB, load string as an a byte. Fine. And this loop LP would be done as it is. So if I copy this, you can see we displayed, I assume we displayed wrong string. So we'll see what string we displayed there. We said, yeah, so we could have written here because we are copying there, so we should write ref string. Let us see what it says, what it shows. So let me assemble, let me link, and let me execute. So can you see my string got reversed? Yes. Is it reversed? Yes. You see, this is my string, source string to copy. Fine. So let us see this code one more time and try to understand this. So this is your source string. So ESI is given first string, EDI is given second string, where you want to store reverse. So ECX is given length. We are adding length to ESI so that now ESI is addressing here. So we want it to now reach to this place. So that's why we added ECX there. So it is pointing to next, because if you say, let me take smaller string so that you can understand. We will keep only this. Okay. Now suppose if I don't decrement this ESI. Sorry. If I don't decrement this ESI, see what happens. I will comment this so that you can check what happens. Suppose I don't decrement this. Let us debug. Sorry, let us assemble. Let us link. Now execute. So it displayed /0 because it is pointing to last thing. Fine. Now when if I go back, because see what is length stored here, 1 2 3 4. So it is pointing here. Suppose this is 100, 100 1, 102, 103, 104. It goes here next, which is not available there. Correct. So that's why it took /0. So we have to bring back that ESI by 1. So now if I display this, if I run this code by assembling and linking again, now my code got copied. Got the idea? Let us see the code now. And try understanding what exactly happened. So std does what? I will add the comment set direction flag. Load is what? Load LOAD. Load the string char, because we said B, na? Load SB, load a string byte to AL. This is what? Clear direction flag. What it does? Store the contents of AL to EDI. Load the string byte from ESI to AL and store the contents of AL to EDI. Correct. And now rest things are known to you. Fine. Understood? Any question? Any question? I will add this code in our chat box. I also will add this code completely in Moodle soon. CLS क्या लिखा? Maimuna, what you said? CLS.
Sir, CLD.
Yeah, clear direction flag. I added that. Fine. Understood. What it does is reset or set reset. It is like on off button. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. STD is on. CLD is off. Off the direction flag, on the direction flag. Fine. Okay. Work with these strings. Try with these code that are added by me. Try to debug each code so that you can understand. By the way, I assume that most of you are trying these codes at home. So we'll be having soon an internal exam, which will be a programming assignment for you. Fine. You have to record your program. Okay, what are the MP4 while you are writing the code? You have to record your program, record yourself. Okay, while you are writing the code and then submit it. I want your recorded video. Fine. Everyone would be sharing the screen. Look, can you share your screen? There is an option there. Like if I'm stopping now screen sharing. So maybe Maimuna, why don't you do this? You can see that there is a open share tree. Can you click on it and share your screen? Are you working with laptop or mobile? Okay, good. So Maimuna would be sharing her screen. Not visible yet. You are using laptop or mobile? Maimuna?
Hello, sir.
You are using laptop, na?
Yes, I'm trying to do that now.
Okay, good. So like I want each one of you to do this. Okay, while you are writing the code in the exam, I want each one of you to show me your screen. I can track you all, whether you are writing the code or not. Fine. There will be a programming test as well. There would be MCQ test. There would be some programs which may not be like proctored like this. Like here, I am going to proctor. I can see what you are writing, what you are not doing, what you are doing, kind of thing. Will that be okay? By the way, one announcement, Damodar sir would be now exam coordinator from now onwards. What are the exams? Those would be conducted the way that me and Korpal madam handled from so many days. Now Damodar sir would be handling this exam thing. Now everyone who you must have seen, like your result was given F for some courses, correct? In which you had some backlog with internal clear. For all such courses, there will be exam. Notification will be given to you very soon. Probably after Diwali, we may have those backlog exams for you peoples for say CS 101 to 105 for 19 batch. For 18 batch, it is from CS 101 to 105, 201 to 205, 301 to 302, and then electives. So that exam probably would be conducted soon in month of November, second half after Diwali. Fine. So start studying for your backlog courses, and your regular exam will be starting from probably after 5th of December. Okay, you will get scheduled for it. Yeah, the way now you are writing, Maimuna, I'm able to now see the code, what you are writing. Correct?
Yes, sir. I think we have to quit the Teams once because they would ask for permission. And then after that, it's fine. Then we can start sharing.
Yeah, because no, what I am going to do is I am going to permit everyone to share the screen. So one at a time can be sharing the screen, correct? You can keep your video on, only like no need to share the screen probably, but if you keep your video on, I can track whether you are writing or not, kind of. Okay, and as well, you have to store, you have to record your video by using a device, whatever the device that you want. I want to see what exactly you are doing. All cannot share a screen at a time, one at a time. So maybe I can ask somebody, like for example, now Maimuna is sharing, I will ask somebody else while the exam is going on. So that can happen. Randomly, I may ask anybody, like for example, I may ask Momin now, can you stop, Momina?
Yes, sir.
So I will ask Momin to start now. Shreya, can you start your screen? Share your screen. Okay, who is using
mobile use करते हैं?
अरे कसम mobile use करते हैं. Who is using laptop? Anybody there using laptop? Yeah, share your screen. There's an arrow button available. Yeah, Akshay is there. So Akshay is sharing his screen. So I randomly can ask you to share your screen this way so that I can track what exactly you are doing. Fine. Okay. Understood the thing? So we'll be having very soon programming task with simple instructions which we earlier found or worked with. So I will ask our teaching assistant. I hope she is there. I will ask her to help you out. You can contact her in respect of if you have any query, you also can contact to me with me as well, so that we can resolve the queries if at all they are there. Fine. So very simple programs which you worked out with integer part and so on. So we'll be taking small assignment for it. Okay, small examination for it, which would be a programming exam with 1 hour. Fine. So you have to write the code and you have to submit the code when you are done. Is that okay? So I will stop now recording, and if you have any queries, you can ask me.